All right, I want to talk to you about one of my favorite parts of the golf swings, the arms. They're so important, yet nobody knows about them, or they don't think they should know about them, and that's just not true. So let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? Scott Oaken coming at you. We're here in the studio. We're going to be going over some arm stuff here today. So I've got a brand new aid that I picked up at the show. Been using it for a little bit now, and it's actually one of my favorites. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Before we do that, make sure you check out the swing analysis below. Again, their special $25 is still going on. And also make sure you check out our ebook, The Journey to Understanding, my kind of thoughts about as I was growing through this game, taking lessons, all that stuff, and trying to get better. Some of the things I learned as I went through it. So it's completely free. Make sure you check it out down in the description below. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what do we want the arms to be doing. So the big thing I see with really good ball strikers is when they go to hit the ball, when we look at our arms, you're gonna see that there's a distance between them that essentially good ball strikers tend to keep, okay? So good ball strikers are going to feel like their arms are staying in the same position as far as width apart, whereas bad ball strikers, those arms are going to start spreading apart, okay? So the most common one that you see is when you go down, you see something like this. Well, what's happening is you're actually pushing the club and letting this arm come apart. That's not going to be good. So what you need to do, if you're going to work on that, such as that flipping motion, you need to work on what we call the structure of your arms. Your arms are meant to stay together as close as you can throughout the swing, and that's what this arm alarm is doing. Again, I saw this at the show. This is from Y Golf, same people that make the bunker mat that you see me use in my rounds. Great aids. I love them. They're simple, but they are very effective. What this device does is you can see I've got a tether here, and I just attach it, and if I get my arms to spread apart, you'll hear this. You hear this little beep, right? And so it's nice because you can hear throughout your swing what's going on. The only thing is, it can be a little bit, you look a little weird sometimes trying to get it on, but that's okay. I'd rather get better. So what I see people do is they go back and they come down, and then they let their arms spread apart, and all of a sudden that club is going to get farther apart or get a flip, or your arms are going to struggle, and then you're going to make really inconsistent contact. What I want to see people do is work on shots and say, hey, let's try not to throw the club where we lose the tether. Let's go ahead and keep the arms together as we go to see if we can hit a shot. And what I think you'll find is when you do that, you're really going to see that, hey, I can make a pretty simple, effortless swing that's going to work out, pretty good for what we're trying to do. So that's one way that the arms are going to work and help you out. Now, the other big one is when I'm working with players, they're trying to swing from inside to out. So what they do is they say, all right, I've got to get this idea that you have to get depth in your swing. The club's got to go back this way. So everybody tries to do that on their backswing. We've talked about it. You saw we talked with the DeWiz. You don't necessarily need to do that, but when people try to do it, they just throw these arms back. They're not really moving their torso, and you see that they lose the structure in their arms. So they get back here, but their arms are really far apart, and then they're going to come in, and we're going to get some really weird things going on if you're going to hit the ball. So again, we need to keep that structure in our arms. But how would we do that? Well, your arms in your swing, if we're going to do this, your arms really work more up and down in the golf swing. There is some across, but it's not very much. It's definitely more up and down. So when I make a backswing, I'm really just going up with my arms, which allows me to keep the tether connected, and then I'm pivoting my body. That is how I'm really making the backswing. Then I can lower my arms, keeping the tether, and then deliver the golf club still connected. Now when you get through the follow through, probably going to come apart a little bit. That's okay. You've already hit the golf ball. It's fine. But most people are trying to maneuver the club with their hands and arms in the wrong way, and they are losing their structure. So one of the first things I'm always working with people on is, let's talk about your arms. They are super important. They are the part that's attached to the club through your hands. So we need to know how they work before we dive into all this other stuff, because you can do all the other stuff, but if they're not working, it's still not going to hit the ball good. So we need to see as we go back, what I want to see is people use their body to bring the club back and lift their arms to keep that tether on, not pull their arms back where they lose that connection, okay? So it ends up looking something like this as they go. Let's go ahead and hit a shot. Pretty good one there. Little toey, but not bad. You can see I get that club path that I like. You know, I like to hit a draw. And there we go. We can make a really, really good pass at it. So understanding how your arms work are going to be a really critical component. Again, not only from, hey, how do I deliver it? Don't let them spread apart, but also how do I take it back? Am I already setting myself up for failure by taking that club back in a way that's not going to work? This device, I will link it below, has been awesome and something I would highly recommend people checking out. It will go in my bag as I will practice with it. It's going to help me out, and it's already helped a bunch of my students out. So again, this arm alarm, super, super helpful. Work on it with your arms. We talked with the creators at the PGA show. Also talked with Brian Henniger, who was on the PGA Tour, and then Amy Samanton. I think I got that right, but she was on. She was a D1 college player. She also played some LPGA events. She's also a great teacher up in Oregon with Brian. They love it as well. They were part of the team that helped develop it. So really, really good players that believe in it as well. But I've seen it already. The benefits I've seen from understanding how your arms work, more distance, better contact, better control of trajectory. I mean, just the whole gamut of it all. And you're going to have a better understanding of when things are not working well. So, I mean, really, really worth it as you go. But something you need to be looking at is that structure of your arms in your golf swing. So again, I'll link the arm alarm if you're interested in it down below. Also with the discount that we have for the channel, it's the same as what you get with the bunker mat. So I'll link all that stuff below. And if you have any questions about it, please leave a comment down in the description. Also, thank you everybody for tuning in. Click the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. And make sure you check out our swing analysis, $25. We will be doing that for a little bit longer, so make sure you do not miss out on that. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.